You waited 12 years for GTA VA, but you can't wait 6 months to change your life. Think about that for a second. A whole decade plus 2 years of hype, leaks, rumors, memes, and frustration. People literally counted the days, argued on forums, made fan trailers, and kept refreshing Rockstar's page for updates. 12 years. That's more than 4,000 days. You were patient. You were disciplined. You didn't give up on it. And now that it's finally coming, everyone is hyped like it's the second coming of gaming. But here's the crazy part. The same person who can't wait 12 years for a video game can't even 6 months for their own life to change. They want instant results, instant dopamine, instant rewards. If they don't see abs in 2 weeks, they quit the gym. Don't get followers in a month. They quit content creation. If money doesn't come fast, they quit working on their dream. And that right there is why most people never get out of the tutorial level of real life. They want GTA level patience for games, but not for themselves. Let me ask you this. When you play GTA, do you expect to start the game and immediately own the best car, the biggest mansion, and unlimited cash? Of course not. You start with nothing. You do small missions. You grind. You slowly build your empire. You buy upgrades. You unlock new areas. You save up. You make progress step by step. And you actually enjoy the grind because you know it's part of the journey. You don't complain that Rockstar is unfair because you don't have $1 billion in your bank account. You accept that the grind is the game. So why don't you accept that the grind is also life? Why do you treat life like it owes you something instantly? Life works just like GTA. You start with nothing, you build piece by piece, and you unlock the levels when you put in the hours. But here's the difference. In real life, people give up way too early. They quit in the tutorial because they didn't get a Lamborghini in the first mission. You see, GTA taught you patience without you even noticing. It taught you that waiting 12 years for something is worth it. It taught you that waiting 12 years for something is worth it if the payoff is big enough. It taught you that grinding is part of the process, but when it comes to your own life, suddenly you act like patience doesn't exist. You scroll TikTok and Instagram and you think everyone got rich overnight. The kid who's flexing his car did it in a month. You think success is instant, but you're comparing your reality to someone else's highlight reel. In reality, every millionaire, every athlete, every creator, every successful person you admire had their own 12-year wait. They had their grind, they had their GTA VA journey. But because you don't see that part, you don't respect it. If you gave your dreams the same patience you gave GTA, your life would be unrecognizable in a few years. Imagine if you said, I don't care how long it takes. I will put in the work. I will keep building. I will keep grinding. And I will wait as long as I need to. That mindset changes everything. Suddenly, 6 months doesn't feel long. 1 year doesn't feel long. Because you know the payoff will be worth it. 12 years didn't scare you for a video game. So why should a few years scare you for your life? Think about how many hours people will put into GTA VA. Some of you will play for 15 hours, 100 hours, maybe even more. You will stay up late, sacrifice sleep, skip plans, all to grind missions and unlock content. You will do it because it gives you dopamine, because it feels rewarding. But what if you put even half of that energy into building your real life? What if you sacrifice Netflix nights, mindless scrolling, or late night gaming sessions for working on your goals? In 1 year, you would transform completely. In 2 years, you would be unrecognizable. 5 years, you would be living the lifestyle you dream about. But most people won't. They will keep grinding virtual missions while their real life missions stay incomplete. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't play GTA VA. Games are fun. They give you joy. They connect you with friends. But don't let the virtual world become the only world where you grind. Don't be the guy who has millions of in-game cash but can't afford real rent. Don't be the person who builds an empire in Los Santos but has no plan for their own future. That's the trap. The trap is giving Rockstar more patience than you give yourself. You're literally proving you have discipline, patience, and consistency. You've already proven you can stick to something long term, but you're wasting that energy in the wrong place. Start treating your life like GTA. Treat your goals like missions. Treat your progress like leveling up. Treat your setbacks like respawns. And most importantly, treat your patience like you treated the wait for GTA VA. If you can't wait 12 years for a game, you can wait a few years for success. Because the payoff is way bigger than a game. Let me break down the psychology behind why you waited so long for GTA VA but can't wait for yourself. It's dopamine. It's the anticipation. Your brain loves to anticipate something exciting. That's why trailers, teasers, and leaks get millions of views. Your brain gets high just from accepting the reward, even if the reward is years away. But in your own life, you don't build that same anticipation. You don't hype yourself up about your own future. You don't get excited about who you could become. Instead, you only focus on the fact that you're not there yet. You see the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and you get frustrated. That frustration kills your patience. You start thinking, it's too far, it's too hard, it's taking too long, and then you quiet.